Everybody about to be reaching out.
Amazing. We now welcome in one of Doc's old Celtics players, 2008 NBA champion, Kendrick Perkins, one of my favorites to cover in the NBA.
Bully. Thanks for
He knows. Doc's story is a perfect segue because, first of all, you were on the 2010 Celtics team where he hid the money in the ceiling of the Staples Center, saying, I knew we'd be back here. So apparently the moral of the story is Doc carries around a lot of cash. So I don't know.
He just started doing that.
He just
He hadn't been doing that.
I don't know. But in honor of you being here, it's a great segue because one of the segments we have now cooked up, 6 degrees of not Kevin Bacon, Kendrick Perkins, because you are related to everyone in the NBA these days. With Doc, I mean, you know, he collected the money from you, right, though, for the stories?
He did collect it from us. I mean, he collected $100 from everybody in the locker room. He closed the door. Nobody knew it was there. And the crazy thing, I think we played on Christmas Day. So, like, it was up in the ceiling till June, you know?
And when you guys were in the finals, is that when he revealed it, or had you guys known it all along?
We already knew it. Well, we put it up there, so we knew. He was like, the only way we can get our money back is that we got to get back here, so we got the money.
One of my favorite stories in NBA lore. I want to get to your old teammate, Kevin Durant. This is from your Oklahoma City days. Last night, Patrick Beverley continuing his mental warfare attack on KD. They were, of course, both ejected in Game 1. Game 2, he was all over him. 3 fouls in 5 seconds between the two of them exchanging, which is incredible. Is this strategy working?
No, it's not working. I think we'll see Game 3. I don't see KD being bothered. I mean, obviously he's not being himself right now. Patrick Beverley's doing a great job. I love the way he's playing them, but Chris Paul tried to play KD the same way when we played him in when I was in Oklahoma City, and you know, I think with him, I think they probably just need to do a better job of putting KD in position to be successful. Maybe posting him up mid-area, around the elbow area, but Pat Bev is a little
Perk, I know you remember this series with the Grizzlies, that 7-game series with the Grizzlies. Tony Allen was doing the same kind of stuff. Both Chicago guys.
Right.
You can't stop KD straight up. He's just too tall and too talented. I really think the only way you can stop him is to try to get him to him emotionally, try to get him out. Tony Allen did that. It worked for about 4.5 games. KD broke out and it was over. The question to me is, this is obviously, you know, he had more turnovers than shots last night.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Will this little maneuver last, or will KD? Because I'm betting on KD to break out like he did.
I'm saying it did. It has worked. And for the first 2 games, because I haven't really seen the MVP KD. I haven't seen that guy in these first 2 games. And I think it has the result of how Patrick Beverley is playing him. He's getting, you know, he's playing the game, and I think KD is falling into that with him. KD has to get to his spots. I sent him a DM today. I sent KD a DM today because I played. We're 6'8", KD's 7 foot, so it's good for a small guy to get up under you because they have the leverage. That's great coaching by them to put a smaller guy on you because they have the leverage. So what KD has to do, get in position and turn and face him. If he faces Pat Beverley, there's nothing you can do because you can't touch him. And then if he's doing all the crowding, all you have to do is go up and shoot, and you're getting those calls because he's in your spot, in your space.
Shooting space, yeah.
Right? So don't wrestle with this kid. Don't get involved in his antics. That's who Patrick Beverley is. Just play basketball. But right now, he's out of his game.
He's out of the game. Beverley got him ejected in Game 1 and contributed to his fouling out in Game 2.
All right, so KD, check your phone, because Chase has some advice for you. Perk, you also
he's watching right now. So, he's watching.
He often does.
Yeah.
Shout out KD. Perk, you also told our friend Woj on his podcast recently, you think that KD will leave the Warriors this summer. Why do you think that?
Well, I'm real close friends with KD. I mean, we talk on the regular, but we never talk about basketball. We always talk about personal things. And, you know, I asked him the other day for the first time, like, hey, KD, man, give me a little insight on what's going on. Is you leaving? He like, hey, Perk, you know we don't talk about that type of stuff, man. And he kind of got in his feelings about it. But I feel like he's done what he needed to do in Golden State. He won a couple rings, and it's always going to be Steph's team. I think now it's time for KD to move on, and for it could be Kevin's team. You know, I know they got KD's so they could get over the hump and win titles, but now I think it's time for KD to move on so he can have his own franchise without, you know, all the other distractions or whatever the case.
I get all of that, and I also get that sort of the angst that followed him from Oklahoma City to Golden State until he maybe makes a different free agency choice, that he's never going to kind of get free of that. So I understand all of that.
Right.
It still seems weird to me. It seems as strange to me as when we covered the Bulls and that the Bulls management was like, yeah, we're firing Phil Jackson at the end of the season anyway. So, like, who does that? They just won their 6th title. With this, I kind of look at it and go, you are playing with arguably the best roster of all time, next to the greatest shooter of all time, for one of the greatest coaches of all time, fantastic front office, fantastic ownership in one of the world's greatest cities. I get why we're so used to this idea of KD leaving by now. We've talked about it so much that it seems normal. It's still kind of crazy to me.
It's not crazy to me. It really isn't. I mean, you know, he got a lot of flack for going and joining that team that previously won a championship with those great players. He's great enough to go to a franchise and have his own team and win a championship.
Right.
That's why we hold him to a higher standard. Like, he doesn't have to go and join a team that won 73 games.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
I do believe what Kevin has said. I think he just told our Mark Spears this, that while all of this is accurate, I agree with what Perk and Tracy said. I think he is totally focused. He has the luxury of being totally focused on this post.
Listen, I don't know KD. I haven't had too many conversations with him, but I'm just going to say this. I think when Kevin won that first championship, I think he expected more. And I think with the expectations that they had, he knew they was going to win a championship. We all knew they was going to win a championship. So I think he felt some type of way in which, okay, I got 2 championships now. I want to go.
You're 100% right. I sat down with him after that, and I thought he was very candid in a way. He said, I thought it was going to make me happy.
Yeah.
He said, it wasn't the thing that made me happy. And I thought that was, first of all, great for him to acknowledge. I don't think guys talk about that kind of stuff enough. He goes, yeah, I thought this was it. This is finally what's going to do it. And he's like, it didn't do it.
I mean, can y'all imagine KD in New York?
People have imagined it, yes. Our producer Steve, very happy about that possibility. All right, we got one last 6 degrees of Kendrick Perkins topic involving your other former superstar teammate, LeBron James. Woj reporting Lakers GM Rob Pelinka meeting with Sixers assistant coach Monty Williams today to discuss his interest in that coaching job. Former Cavs coach Ty Lue, who you also played for, a leading candidate as well. Who do you think is the right coach for LeBron James, Perk?
Well, I got to be biased. I got to go with Ty Lue. I mean, Ty Lue is the only one that, because I was, you know, part of the team for 2 years, and he's a guy that actually steps up to Bron. You know, Bron knows the game. He studies film more than probably anybody I've seen past Rondo. And he comes in and he's be like, well, we'll be at shoot-around. Bron say, well, T. Lue, man, how about we do this on the pick and roll? He's like, no, Bron, we're doing this. And he'll be like, okay. So I think the respect level that he have for T. Lue, I think is no better fit. I think the job is meant for T. Lue. I think Bron respects him, and I think, you know, obviously ex-Lakers, so, you know, go ahead and give T. Lue the job.
I talked about this with Paul Pierce yesterday. LeBron's got to respect you when you walk in the room. If he doesn't respect you when you walk in the room, it's going to be tough. Ty Lue has the respect when he walks in the room. Monty Williams does too, though. I mean, you know, Monty Williams is very highly respected. Both of those guys are very strong candidates in my mind.
Yeah, both actually my old teammates. Both are great candidates. I like Ty Lue for the job, though.
Amazing. Excellent. All right, don't think that just because we're going to a quick break, you should go anywhere. We are going to play What Were You Thinking with Perk after this. And look, these are clips that didn't make the cut,
That's
so
an
you
old
know
line
it's
in
going to be epic.
Man.
Amazing. Amazing.